Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to another episode of the Seattle Mariners franchise here on MLB The Show 23. Today our Major League Club has a day off, so what that means is we are going to go down on the farm for the fourth edition of this sub-series here in the Mariners. We take a look at the minor league clubs, spotlight some players as we get to know the rest of the organization. AAA and AA are both playing pretty good in this season, so we're actually going to go more in-depth. We're not going to spotlight a player. We're going to just take a look at a game with AA and AAA. Starting off with AA first, and before we hop in, we're going to highlight a couple of key players. One is Harry Ford. He is the catcher down at AA. We saw his debut in the first spotlight of a specific prospect, and he hasn't really done that good at AA. He's still the 24th best prospect in baseball, but we're hoping his 185 average is not going to hinder his development. One player who's been hot in AA is Justin Levy, a 60 overall D potential player. Not somebody I have in my immediate plans, but it's always nice to see players playing pretty good. We're going to be facing the Wichita Wind Surge, which is the AA affiliate of the Minnesota Twins. And one player they have down there on their roster is Andrew Stevenson, the longtime Washington National. He's probably their best player down there. As we get heading off to Wichita at Riverfront Stadium, yes, the actual AA stadium of the Wichita Wind Surge. This is a big game for our AA squad because we're sit at 33-30, and so do the Wind Surge. Louis Varland will be on the mound for the Wind Surge. He is a 67 overall C potential pitcher who doesn't have a lot of starts here at AA. As he spent most of this season at AAA before going down. He had 5 starts last year with the Twins. As you can see, on June 18th is when he got demoted down to AA. Hope you're excited for this one. If you are, make sure you drop that like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. We're up here at top of the second, where Harry Ford is going to step up to the bat. But first, before we show his at-bat, we might as well show Juan Thin, who's our pitcher today. 60 overall D potential. He's played pretty good at AA so far, I would say. So we'll go bottom second here as he chops one back to Thin, who records the first out, or records the end of that inning. Now we'll go top 4 as both teams have really struggled to kind of hit the ball today, as it is still scoreless as we can't get anything going against Varland. And Juan Thin continues to pitch good in this one, but it's a 2-out shot by Seth Gray that hits off of the wall. That finally gets an extra base runner for either squad. First man in score position all day is Seth Gray of the Wind Surge. Next batter, Dalton Kelly, pops one into foul territory though, and Thin, along with Varland, get through 4 scoreless. Top 5, 1-out, Tanner Kerwin up at the plate. And he hits this one past the glove of the second baseman into right center. And Kerwin's got some speed. He's going to turn this one into a 1-out double. So we have our first extra base hit of the day. First runner in scoring position, his 8th double of the season. And the next batter, Alberto Rodriguez, lines this one right at the shortstop. Nice pitch to hit, but couldn't do anything with it. It's up to Cole Barr now, and he can't pull the trigger on a slider. So both teams cannot score despite getting a runner in scoring position. We'll go bottom 5, 2 outs. Here's Andrew Stevenson, who looks on a pitch low. That's called strike 3. I'll take it, as we're still scoreless 2-5. Top 6, James Parker in the top of the order as he draws a walk to begin this inning. Varland's still on the mound. Justin Levy, who's been hot so far in the month of June, he's going to keep that going. Slider pokes into right field, so just like that, 2 base runners to begin the 6th for Caden Polkovich. Want to pitch to the second baseman. He perfectly rips one into right field. That clears the wall into the stands. Caden Polkovich goes yard. If you remember in the first episode of Down on the Farm, Polkovich hit 2 home runs in that game. He hits another one here. That's how you get noticed. Caden Polkovich, actually after this game, would get the call up to AAA. So congrats for him. Osiris Herman will come in relief for Wichita. He's having a good season down here in AA. He has a runner on for Tanner Kerwin, who gets an 0-1 slider up in the zone, lifts it to right, but that's not going to go very far. But the Arkansas Travelers finally get their first runs of the day. They're up 3-0. As Thin, now with the lead in the 6th, gives up a bloop single with 1 out. Next batter, Celestino, gets called looking, so the next 2 go down, and it's a 3-0 lead after 6. Oliver Ortega is called in relief for Wichita, .89 ERA. So a lot of good pitchers down here for the Twins AA organization. 2 outs, James Parker pokes one through the right side of the infield to get a 2-out base hit. Justin Levy up next had the single earlier, draws a walk. So Ortega struggling to get out of the inning a little bit, puts 2 on for Caden Polkovich, who first pitch swinging, might have got a little antsy on the high fastball. He pops that one up for the catcher. So nothing in the top of the 7th. That'll do it for Thin. He goes 6 strong innings. Dyson Arias will come in relief for Arkansas. 3 ERA on the season. He used to be the closer for this squad, but just got kind of put into relief pitcher duty as he plunks Kelly with 1 away. So that's a base runner for Urbina, but 3-6-3 will cancel that out. Arias gets a 1-2-3 inning as it's still scoreless for Wichita. Top 8, Robert Perez going to try to get something going here for Arkansas. A leadoff single into center field. That brings up Harry Ford up next, 0 for 3 on the day, and he's looking to change that. 12-6 curve lifted into left center. That one hops up over the wall, and that's an automatic double. So now 2 in scoring position for Tanner Kerwer, and he drills 1 to left. No doubt about that one down the left field line. Tanner Kerwer goes yard. Another 3-run shot for the Travelers, their second 3-run homer of the day. And it's the 4th of the season for Tanner Kerwer. And just like that, the Arkansas Travelers double their lead. They now lead at 6-0 over the Wind Surge. Francis Peguero will actually come in relief of the very next batters. That'll do it for Ortega. And the next batter, Alberto Rodriguez, takes a 2-1 fastball, and he drills this one to right, and it clears the wall. Back-to-back jacks for the Travelers. 7-0 lead now in favor of Arkansas, as that is Rodriguez's second home run of the season. Goes 358, and the offense has woken up for one side of the teams. Wind Surge still looking for their first run, as they're now down 7. A.J. Puckett will come in relief in the 8th. He was staying for the final 2 innings. Last out goes to Dalton Kelly, who pops one into deep right field. An easy play, and the Wind Surge get blanked. Arkansas wins this game by a final score of 7-0. A good showcase for our AA squad. Took a little bit for the bats to warm up, but they eventually did. And Juan Thin got the player of the game with 6 strong innings, so a good showing for the AA Arkansas Travelers. Rest of the episode, we take a look at the AAA Tacoma Rainers, who sit 37-32 on the season. A couple of players to highlight down there at AAA. First one being Cesar Hernandez, who's not a prospect. He is a longtime veteran of Major League Baseball. He's been at AAA this season, and I think he could potentially be with the Mariners at some point within the month. He's basically the first guy that's going to get called up. Jared Kelenic is the left fielder. We've talked about him a little bit, who has yet to make an impact at the Major League level. But he's doing pretty good at AAA, which is a nice thing to see. Padres are the home parent team of the Chihuahuas we're playing today, and El Paso does have one player, the 20 overall prospect Jackson Merrill. However, he will not be playing in today's game. On the mound for the the Tacoma Rainers, will be lefty Tommy Malone, a longtime veteran of baseball, 36-year-old, pitched in 8 solid seasons. He is looking for one last shot by pitching down here at AAA as we head to Southwest University Park, the home of the El Paso Chihuahuas, who are 40-29. Matt Waldron will be on the mound for the Chihuahuas. He hasn't had a good season, but this one should be interesting because Matt Waldron is a knuckleball pitcher. I had no idea until this game started, but we are facing a knuckleball pitcher. I've never faced one of these before, and Hernandez strikes out as well. Well, that's going to be a doozy on offense. Here's Tommy Malone again. This is his AAA stats, 2.27 ERA through his 15 starts. Looking for one more shot. Could potentially be a guy we call up in September with that open pitcher spot, to be honest. 2-1 pitch here to Rivas, and Alfonso will fly out to left field. Nice track down by Kelenic. Both teams scoreless 2-1. Top 3, Cooper Hummel, same thing. Way ahead of the knuckleball. It's just such an adjustment. It's so slow. Bottom 3 now, Tommy Malone faces Evan Mendoza, and Mendoza gets the Chihuahua started here at bottom 3. A 1-1 pitch ripped into the deepest part of the park, and Mendoza is going to get a leadoff double for El Paso. So next batter, Yugi Rosario, 2-2 pitch, high and inside fastball, fans him. Malone, nice pitch there. How about Rene Martinez? Same thing, high inside, this time a slider. He goes down. And then Max Schrock looks at strike 3, so Malone bounces back nicely, strikes out the next 3 batters. Still scoreless through 3. The only problem is this knuckleball is causing so much trouble. Hernandez strikes out. Bottom 4 now, Tim Lopez at the plate for El Paso. And there's another leadoff base hit for the Chihuahuas, this time a single in front of Jack Larson in right field. David Dahl at next. The longtime Colorado Rocky gets a full count pitch and hits it through the left side of the infield. And a little bit of trouble here for Malone. He's got 2 on, 1 out. Pedro Castellanos up next. Hits this one right over to shortstop where McCoy will glove it for the second out of the inning. That brings up Corey Howell up next, 2-2 pitch, and Howell lifts a 12-6 curve that caught too much of the plate. Deep left field. Kelnick gives it a shot, but unsuccessful. A 3-run shot for Corey Howell, his 7th home run of the season. And the El Paso Chihuahuas get on the board first with a 3-run shot. Just missed, too much plate cover with the 12-6, and Malone paid the price. Top 5 now, still nobody on, and this knuckleball still problems. We actually haven't got a base runner yet, so it's been a perfect game through 5 for Matt Waldron. Top 6, Connor Hoover is going to try to change that. He's done pretty well offensively for us this season. He has a 1-1 pitch, and knuckleball up high, a great one to do something with. But all he does is pop it up behind home plate, first out of the 6th. Next batter, Zach DeLoach. This time a fastball. That's the problem. He throws so many knuckleballs that eventually he'll throw a fastball, and it's so hard to adjust. 2 down now. Cooper Hummel up next. Chops a knuckleball over to the second baseman, and Waldron is perfect through 6. We got to keep up with that. Bottom 6 here, Tommy Malone, who's done a pretty good job settling in despite the 3-run shot. He's out a 2-out single, though, to Pedro Castellanos. Corey Howell up next, who has the 3-run bomb we just saw. Rips this one into the right center gap, and he continues to be trouble. Another RBI for Howell, who has all 4 RBIs of the day for the Chihuahuas. They extend their lead. Howell gets another double, his 8th of the season, and that'll do it for Tommy Malone. Matt Besta will come in relief for the Rainers, tasked with getting out of this inning. He gets Mendoza to chop this one in front of the catcher. It's going to be a tough play for Hummel, and he makes it by half a step. The El Paso do get 1. Top 7, Mason McCoy leads off. He takes a knuckleball and hits it through the left side of the infield. So finally, we get a base hit. The perfect game is no more. But now we got to score 4 runs still. Jack Larson up next, 0-1 pitch. And the thing about a knuckleballer, he's so slow that why not steal second base? Gets in there with ease. So now we're runner in scoring position for Larson. 0-2 pitch, sits on the knuckleball, and he drills this one into left center, cutting away from the center fielder, and that's going to get down. One batter gets the perfect game gone. The next one gets the first run. It's an RBI triple for Jack Larson, who gets in there safely, and the Rainers maybe got a little bit of offense here. Runner on third for Cesar Hernandez, who has not had a good June. You can see his May-June splits. We're hoping he can get back to that May total. 2-1 pitch to him. He gets a changeup low, grounds it over to first. He's going to be put out, but he does get the run across, so the Rainers do get 2 here in the top of the 7th. Unfortunately, that's all they're going to get as Shiner misses way on the knuckleball outside. Bottom 7, Festa still in the game. Rosario lines this one into left field. That'll be a leadoff base hit again for El Paso. They've had a couple of leadoff runners today. Martinez up next will draw a walk, so Festa getting himself in a little bit of trouble here in the 7th. Back to the top of the lineup as Schrock grounds it over to Moran. 3-6-3, that'll help. Double play gets the 2 outs, but there's still a runner on third, and it's Tim Lopez stepping up. 1 for 3, 7 for 19 on the season. The DH swings through on the slider, big-time strikeout by Festa, and nobody comes across for El Paso. That'll do it for Waldron. Ryan Weathers will come in the 8th inning, 7 strong, but the knuckleballer is finally gone. 1 out for Connor Hoover, who gets jammed, but he actually hits the third base bag. I don't think I've ever seen that one. Lucky for Connor Hoover, he gets on base now. And then Cooper Hummel, 2 batters later, will chop this one to the shortstop, who makes the play. So nothing doing here in the 8th for Tacoma. They'll send bottom 8 for Taylor Saucedo. The lefty will get the spot here in the 8th inning. He has the first runner on, but David Dahl up next is going to chop this one over to McCoy, to Hernandez, over to Moran, the 6-4-3 double play. But unfortunately, Saucedo was hurt on this play. His shoulder popped out of socket. Jeez, that sounds painful. He gets popped back in, but he's going to have to come out of the game. And Justin Topa, who's spent a little bit of time with the Major League Club this season. We saw him a little bit. He's down here at AAA. He'll get the rest of this inning. He had 9 appearances for us in the majors. He pitched really good, but he was just kind of the odd man out. He finishes off the 8th inning with ease. So now we go top 9, down by 2, and the Chihuahuas are going to call on their closer, Jose Castillo. 19 for 20 on save ops on the season. He gets the first 2 down, but Cesar Hernandez drills one to center field. A perfect. That's what we want to see out of Cesar Hernandez. Get back to that May Hernandez. a solo shot for the Rangers, and just like that, it's now a 4-3 lead on Hernandez's third home run of this AAA campaign. Still down to 1 out, though, and we got to get one more run. It's Colin Moran up next, 1-0 pitch to him. Slider inside, doesn't turn on it. Instead, flares out to left, and that'll do it for this one. The Chihuahuas win by a final score of 4-3. A fun one, though, in El Paso. Yes, it was tough hitting that knuckleballer, but it was a lot of fun trying to, at least. But Rangers still doing pretty good down there at AAA. And Taylor Saucedo, his shoulder did separate. He'll be out for 1 to 2 months. I'm going to put him on the 15-day DL because maybe Saucedo is somebody I have in mind for September as well. If we don't have a lefty bullpen arm, and he is a lefty. So next episode, we'll rejoin the Major League Quad. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure you drop that like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.